building the pool out here, so it yeah, it's a little cloudy. We have that volcano, they call it fog, and it's just that kind of a haze in the afternoon. Makes for a beautiful sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are good to go.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome one and all for the March 28th, 2022 Lincoln County Planning Commission office meeting. This time, will staff call the roll?
Chair Bobbitt,
Here.
Commissioner Fox appears absent. Commissioner Kier,
Here.
Commissioner Lambert,
Here.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Here,
Commissioner Cutler appears absent. Commissioner Stratton appears absent. Commissioner Bugenhagen,
Good evening, I'm here.
thank you.
All right, we do have a quorum, yeah, but we are expecting at least one other commissioner to join us. So hopefully they will before we actually vote. So are there any public comments or anything that's not on our current agenda? No, I'm not seeing staff with anything. Okay. So tonight we are reconvening a live virtual electronic proceeding on case file 14-C-PC21 to consider a request by Schooner Creek Transfer Incorporated, lawn French agent, for a conditional use permit to expand the operating characteristics and hours of an operation of an existing solid waste transfer station known as Schooner Creek Transfer Station on property zoned IP, that's planned industrial. The applicant's proposing construction of new 35-foot tall, approximately 14,000 square foot steel transfer building with an 80 square foot office, widening of the existing approach at 246 South Anderson Creek Road to accommodate a 24-foot wide self-haul route, 12-foot wide self-haul inbound, and 12-foot wide outbound, and installation of a gate, installation of an inbound and outbound scale house and scale, construction of a stormwater facility to accommodate additional impervious surfaces, construction of approximately 16,800 square feet of asphalt paving adjacent to the new building proposed, development of a self-haul scale path, construction of a bunker and a hardscape for inerts, gravel, and dirt disposal, and development of a trailer storage area for 2 trailers, approximately 30 by 60 feet. The applicant is also requesting to expand the existing permitted operating hours for the transfer station from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday to 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Okay, to go over the proceedings to date since the initial hearing on January 10th, 2022, the hearing was closed and the record was left open until January 24th for new evidence, until January 31st for rebuttal, and until February 7th for final argument. The Planning Commission reconvened on February 14th. Per the motion that was passed by the Planning Commission during this proceeding, the record was reopened until February 21st for rebuttal of new evidence presented by the applicant in its final written argument submitted on February 7th, and for parties to address the ex parte contact brought up at the proceedings, and until February 28th for final written argument with no new evidence. The Planning Commission reconvened the proceeding on March 7th, 2022 for the purpose of deliberation and to reach an oral decision. A motion was made and carried to approve a conditional use permit for case file 14-C-PC21 with no change in operating hours. The motion also directed staff to prepare findings and an order. Tonight, we're scheduled to review the findings, conclusion, and final order prepared by staff, which we should all have read at this point. So I'd like to note that Dick Cutler is joining our meeting right now. I'm going to give him a few minutes for the audio to connect. And there's Dick. Okay, thank you for joining us. So at this time, is there any questions, comments on the staff's final conclusions and final order? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve that order.
And Madam Chair, just for the record, could we make it clear? I believe that, am I correct on this? Scarlett here was not present during the deliberations on the 7th, but as I understand it, she reviewed the record and would be able to participate. Can we get a confirmation on that?
Sure. Scarlett, can you confirm that? You're muted, but she's nodding in the affirmative, but let's get it on audio, please.
Yes, that's correct.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, does anyone have a motion to adopt this?
Seeing nobody is speaking up, I'll start.
Okay,
This is Terry. Good evening. I move that we approve the summary document that has been read by Chairman Babbitt, and that we move onward to the planning report.
no, at this time, we're not looking at the minutes. I'm looking for a motion to adopt the final findings, conclusion,
Findings.
the findings.
So was that your motion, Terry, to approve the findings, conclusions, and final order?
Yes, but there's a difference then in the final documents that have been sent to us with regard to the operating times. And I want to be clear on that.
Right. And in that final order, it does state that we did not approve the requested new hours, and the hours will remain the same.
That's correct. That's what I'm
Right.
wanting to point out.
Okay.
Okay, great. Terrific. Okay, is there a second on that motion?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Misty. Okay.
Barry, just for your edification, it's explicitly there right at the very end on page 13 to make, so,
Yep, I got it.
okay.
That's the
right.
reason I brought it up, because that was one of the significant items that I
yes.
wanted to make sure.
No doubt.
We
no
got
doubt.
in there.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Terry. Okay, let's do an oral vote on this. So staff, you want to call the roll again? Motion to approve.
Chair Bobbitt,
Yes.
Commissioner Fox is absent. Commissioner Kier,
Yes.
thank you. Commissioner Lambert,
Yes.
thank you. Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
thank you. Commissioner Cutler,
Yes.
thank you. Commissioner Stratton is not here. Commissioner Bugenhagen,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Okay, thank you all. The motion passes, and to adopt the final findings, conclusion, and final order. Next up on our agenda is to approve the draft minutes from the March 7th meeting that you've all received, March 7th, 2022, for case file 14C PC 21. Are there any corrections, comments, or a motion to approve those minutes?
I would move we approve the minutes of March 7th meeting.
Thank you, Phil. And a second?
I'll second. This is Terry.
Thank you, Terry. So for the minutes, let's just do a hand wave if that's okay with staff. They are nodding affirmative. If you approve the minutes, please raise your hand. Looks like everybody's raising their hand, so that passes unanimously as well. Thank you. Okay, are there any additional planning commission concerns? Next meeting, anything coming up from staff?
Not in the very immediate future unless John and Megan have something to offer. There's stuff in the works. I do want to point out, maybe we can see about trying to do a planning commission training thing. I'll touch base with you
Great.
guys about that. And I do, for the good of the order, want to point out that Commissioner Stratton, Shaylin Stratton, has informed me that she's going to be moving from the area. Her husband was ill and he passed away recently. And so she'll be moving away from the area. So that leaves, again, she's one of the northern seats. So we'll have an open northern seat. So if you folks know people in North County that you think might be good folks to participate with us, let me know. Pretty soon the county will be putting out a notice looking for people from the just, to submit names.
Okay, Madam Chair, if I could weigh in just for a second.
Sure.
Okay, so, but actually, even today, without a resignation, we have 8 members. So can staff tell me what is the other vacancy for which area?
Probably the north.
Okay, so why don't you coordinate with myself and Casey, and we can get the notice to go out. And in terms of if you would like to do some training, Ano, in regards to your comments, I would be happy to help in any way I can to assist your office. And just let me know when we can plan that, and I'd be happy to help.
Yeah, you've done it, I remember it was already 2 years ago. I think Terry was at it when we had it at the courthouse, and
Yeah.
you covered a lot of really important ground. And it was, I found it helpful to go over some of that stuff as well. So,
Okay.
but we'll look to do that because we've got what looks to be a little break in in what's coming at us. I mean, we're still extremely busy, but whether stuff actually comes to the planning commission is, of course, always a different matter. So,
Right. And I just had
Can I recommend that we do that in person? I think it's a better learning experience to be able to do it.
I'd like that now.
Yep.
Phil,
I
you're not
would
gonna,
agree.
you're probably not gonna fly back from Hawaii for that, but actually, I think the courthouse too, they're taking steps to, because this is so important, right? That people still want to have the opportunity to meet in person and have this technology. So I think the courthouse is going to be fitted pretty soon with the ability to do that as well.
Yeah, we may be able to do both, and I think that would be ideal. But yeah, I like the idea of being together. I think we'll learn
Amen.
more. We'll learn more that way.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's look for the notice, and if you know of anybody, let staff know or encourage.
Yeah, just make we encourage recommendations, but in this environment, certainly in recent years, it's always been the practice of the Board of Commissioners to put out a public notice as well to let people
Absolutely.
in the community know that we're looking for additional members. So
Okay, so is Terry, which part do you're also north, or are you central?
I am the furthest north that you can go.
well, then you are north, okay? Because we got there's south, north, and central. The
Right.
dividing parts are Ona Beach, where the curves are there, Beaver Creek. That divides the south from the central. So, Andrew, you're central.
No,
Right.
no, I'm not. I'm south of Ona, so
You're south of,
south.
all right, I'm sorry. So you're south. So the two south, God, senior moment here. Phil and you are the two South Coast seats.
Right,
That's right. There are 3 then, of course.
should be 3, so.
Arithmetic. All right. Yeah, and Scarlett. So they're filled. And then
Misty and Dick are central.
yeah, because he's
Alright.
south
And Commissioner
Liz.
Fox.
and Commissioner
And
Fox,
Fox.
right?
Okay. So there are 2
Just know
north.
that
So we
we're-
got 2, right, so duh, we got 2 empty
Dividing
north
line.
seats,
Yeah.
Figure it out, on God almighty.
Okay.
Tic-tac-toe, for God's sakes, right?
Looks like Hollywood Squares actually right now.
Hollywood Square, right?
Yeah.
So sorry how rusty I was about that, right? That shows
Yeah.
we've had some haven't had to deal with this in the last at least couple of months.
Well, it was interesting when I came on, we had to figure out where the line was coming inbound into Siletz, and it's
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
at
you were
Ojala
right.
Road. I'm on the
Yeah.
road.
That was a
So,
close call,
okay.
right? We were wondering whether that
Yeah.
worked or not. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Well, this is the shortest meeting we've had in quite some time. Thank you, everybody. So.
Yeah, bravo, everyone. So, okay, that's it for this evening and stay tuned and we'll see you soon. All right, thanks,
Good.
thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evening.
Aloha.
Aloha.